Hello, good morning.
Good evening.
Good evening. Sorry, good evening. How are you?
You. Sorry, I'm good. How about you?
Good, good. But I might have to switch computer because my computer, when I turned it on, it was said it was yesterday at 6 o'clock. Now it's sorted itself out, but I'm on this computer for a moment. Let's see how long it'll last. But I'm good
Okay.
otherwise. Sorry, I'm good, and I am happy because I just moved to uh, basically big rooms where I can have one for like you cannot rent apartments here. So like an apartment, basically, two big separate rooms. So I'm very happy to have.
Oh, interesting. And it's in the same country or it's another place?
No, 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 Jefferson, not moving my ass anywhere. It's in the same country. I'm tired. You know what?
You-
I every year for Christmas I make a book for my mother of
Yeah.
like the of loads of pictures of maybe of the year, and I started to do it and I went, oh my god, how the heck did I go so many places? Oh my god, I didn't even remember going here. I need time to sit down and digest. No, no, I'm not moving anywhere.
But there's this fantastic
Yes, yes, yeah, it's very
traveling
good.
and
No,
experience.
yes, of course. No, no, fantastic, and I'm very happy. I will be going to Vietnam in January because I have to do a visa. Uh, but otherwise, I'm happy to have an apartment and not move. Yes, yes. I was so
Okay.
surprised. It's like forgetting some of the places I was at. Um, so
But
yes,
your mother is used to see you traveling to so many places, right?
yes, you're very happy. Yes, yes, yes.
Otherwise, she
And
was very concerned.
no,
Crazy.
no, no, she's not concerned. She knows me. Been doing this many, many years, and I call them all the time. From all the places, so it's okay.
Yeah.
And what about your family? How are you?
Well, I'm good. And last Thursday, it was the
Hmm.
last day on my work. The contract end on December 7th, and it was an emotional farewell there because I liked everyone and everyone liked me. But it was a little sad because I'm not going back there, but I'm grateful because I had this opportunity. And I'm looking forward to another one, but I have some projects in my mind, especially related to my college. So I'm not working for these days until
Okay, nice.
next year.
Oh, lovely, lucky, lucky, lucky
Yeah.
man. So that must have been nice. It's like bittersweet, You're sad to say goodbye in one way to everybody, but exciting new beginnings ahead.
Yeah.
What about in January? What do you hope to do?
Well, January is the vacations of the people in my college, but I'll try to take my driver license. I will start this year the process, and I tried to start the classes next year in January. So I use
Okay,
this time to focus on this.
good, good idea. And what about the administration in the university or whoever department you're talking to? Did you get any further with that?
No, I'm
So no one.
I'm I'm no, I'm thinking on going there this week or next week in person to try to resolve this because the department who is not responsible for this have a quick response, but the department who is really responsible for this take too much time to respond. Actually, they didn't respond my last email asking about it, so I have to go there.
Just go fit and face them, I think is best, and stand your ground. I mean, obviously be polite in the beginning, but just be assertive and try and get somewhere is the only thing. Sometimes that's the
Yes,
case with emails and bureaucracy, and they don't care. It's a long time waiting.
that's right. Yeah.
And you're getting ready for Christmas. You're
Yeah,
preparing, or you're
I'm going to my hometown, 22 maybe. My
right.
birthday is on 23, so it's
Oh,
almost on Christmas Eve. Uh, so I'm going there, and I return in January.
and what about your birthday? What do you usually do on your birthday?
Actually, I don't like parties and something like that. I like to use my time as the usual way. It's like a normal day, but I stay in my home. Maybe I receive some friends there, maybe some relatives.
Nice, nice. Have a smaller family friend gathering and nothing
Yeah,
too crazy. Okay, very good. And you want to do this education lesson?
yes, we can do it.
Okay. So, okay, let's read the education vocabulary.
Uh, tuition,
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 tu, yeah, tuition.
tuition. Skill set, career, depth, entitled, to inspire, to motivate, to offer, personal thought, toe,
Personal touch, touch.
touch,
Hmm.
personal touch. Oh, like to higher education, workforce, uh, on one hand, on the other hand. One hand, on the other hand.
When you compare two things. To
Yeah,
inspire,
to inspire,
entitled, and tuition.
tuition.
Hmm. So you understand the meaning of everything?
Tuition is like something that helps you or that you have to pay for.
Education that you have to pay for, extra
Yeah.
private classes, uh, any tuition you receive at university. So
Yes, I see a
anything,
lot when I look for some grades abroad. I see a lot.
yes, of course, my job also, right? To inspire,
Yeah.
to motivate. Okay, good. Personal touch.
I no, I don't know.
If you put your personal touch to something, for example, the book I will make for my mother, it's a personal touch. It's not just some gift I
Oh,
go in and buy something. It's from my heart and I put my personal touch to it.
yeah. Okay, I get it.
Okay.
It's like a
Right.
some that you only you can do special
Yes.
thing of you.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Um, so listening carefully. Will I do this or you'll know all this? Will I go on to the next part
Yeah,
and just do practice the questions?
bring
Okay.
along.
Move along. Incorrect. I went to Spain for visit a client. Obviously, I went to Spain to visit a client. Okay, so practice these prepositions. They correct the mistake. What's the first one?
They
They
said
sat
in front of us, in front of
in
us.
front. Yes. Okay. He was
He was going to the store, to the
mhm,
store, on a bus,
on a bus. Exactly.
on a bus.
Okay. So compare and contrast. So on one hand, so on one hand, qualifications show that a person is knowledgeable in an area. You can say, however, on the other hand, experience shows direct participation in fields. which is more important feature for many businesses. So when you are comparing, contrasting, well, on one hand, well, in comparison to on the other hand. So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of taking online classes?
This word again, disadvantages and advantages, right?
Advantages and disadvantages.
Disadvantages.
Hmm.
Okay. Uh, on one hand, taking classes online helps you to get access to other resources beyond the classes. You can open a file or other things and read. As it's the same way as you have taken the classes. Of course, you can do in personal classes, but online classes you can do. You can choose your time. You can do in every moment that you like it. You don't have a specific time to do it. You can pause. You can put the speed a little faster, and uh, you have flexibility. On the other hand, uh, you you lose the opportunity to take some uh, extra knowledge from your professor. You lose the moments after class of take some extra tips, and you lose the contact with your friends and the physical space of your college or university. Yes, social aspect.
And social aspect. Okay, very good. Excellent. Okay, so um, also disadvantage, another disadvantage, technology. You know, you can have glitches, you can have power cuts, you can have internet problems, many other uh,
Yeah,
technology interference,
especially
or
in remote areas, far from.
yes, especially if you're in a remote area. Okay, so let's practice. In higher educate Is higher education expensive in your country?
Well, here in Brazil, we have public university, so you do some tests at high school. If you have the necessary grade, you can choose one college or another to take it. So if you are good on the test, it's a national test. If you get the minimum, you can choose a public university and you don't pay anything to do it. The taxpayer will pay for you, and you have private college as well. If you have the conditions, you can pay for, but it's no expensive like United States or the countries. Uh, and you have and you have help from the government. You have some credits for the government, and you can pay a few years after graduated.
Okay, so you can get a grant, which maybe
A
the
grant.
government give you some money, you don't pay back, that's a grant. Then you can also get a student loan. A student loan you pay back. Okay, so you can, when, don't forget, when you're comparing the two things, to say, on one hand, you can get, the government
Yeah.
may provide you a grant, or you can get a student loan which you pay back after you graduate over time. Um,
Yeah.
you can say, like when you're in comparison to other countries, like the United States, is very expensive. Okay, so
This,
don't.
the, this question is high education expensive in your country? For us students, it's not expensive, but for the government, it's very expensive. I have to mention this
Okay, so
because public students have more costs from the government than the private, comparing to the same college and the grants that you pay each month.
say the last bit again.
Each month the amount of money that government pay for you if you are from the public college is much more than if you are paying on your own in a private one. That means that
Okay.
we cost more.
So you have to say it's much more for the government,
Yes, for the
much
government.
more for the government than uh, if a student is paying privately themselves. Okay, good. And should all students pay for their university education?
Here in Brazil, that's a difficult debate on this because uh, it's like that. On high school, some students go to a good one school, pay lots of money in the high school, and these people is in a competition with other one who came from a public high school, which is no good. So this person who have the conditions to go in a private high school, it's getting into the public university, and the other one it's out. So there is debates about it. How
What
much
do you mean the other one is out? The
they can it's this test is like a competition. If you get more points you're in, and these people are very prepared from the private high school, and the public high school is no good as the private one. So the people who came from the public don't have the same grades, and they are out of the university. They have to try again and another year to get it.
Okay, so they don't have the same advantages, obviously,
Yes,
as people who study in private schools. So it's an unfair system because then they are constantly being outed,
yes,
outed, or pushed down a system.
yes. So the government creates some codes for these people, but we have lots of people wealthy in the public university.
Okay, um, okay, interesting. So, what role should the teacher have in the classroom?
Mm, as I see it, they have to teach the students uh, the subject proposed. Then they I don't know, ask you to do some tests and some presentations. It's a combination because sometimes the teachers only want to do tests, and you don't have the opportunity to speak for the you college, and in people here have some difficult to speak uh, in front of a public. So they try to mix this, tests and uh, seminars.
Class presentations, lesson
Yes,
plans, lessons.
yes.
Um,
They usually take this. Three tests in a one semesters is three grades that you have to take it, and they made uh, you points at the end of this.
okay, so don't forget this doesn't say like a lot of these questions are not just Brazil based. You can say like what is the actual role of the teacher in the classroom in general is, to has to be a role model, has to be inspirational. This is the words we're trying to get to use here from this slide.
Oh, yes.
You know, they need to
To
have a
start
certain
with,
skill set
yes.
to
Like a father of or a mother of the students, they inspire, they give the I don't know, the
motivate.
yes, the motivation of what you want to talk to you and ask about you what are your plans for your future, and help you with this. I
Exactly.
get it.
And offer you advice, so on and so forth. Okay. So this is not always just personal uh, question. Some of them are just generalized to extract that language from you. Okay.
It's because I
So
take the questions wrong. It's the rule. I understand the rules, but now I get
yes,
it. The rule,
the role. Okay. So
role.
yes. Uh, so do you think computers will one day replace teachers in the classroom?
No, because the subject side, the computer, un, until today, don't have it.
The what?
If I were to speculate,
Yes.
they don't have feelings
Yes. Uh,
until today. Maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Who knows? It's a crazy thing.
no, yes, it's crazy, but of course, I don't think computers will replace human beings. We need to have personal touch. That's what we're talking about, the personal touch. People want to relate to people's feelings, emotions, consciousness, so on and so forth. You can you can learn many things and help and assist, but they won't be replaced in your opinion or my opinion. Okay. So, how are education priorities today different from those in the past?
Mm, I don't know much about the past, but a few decades ago, education is was it was about teach you like to be, I don't know your honor, to know your flag, to know that civil side, to know the laws, something more related to your country specifically here in Brazil. Now it's try to build a person for the world, a person who is open, a person who is uh, look for diversity. We have more social classes than a few decades ago. A
Mm-hmm.
few decades ago, it's more technique. Now it's more discussions, and I think there's the difference. One hand and
Yes.
another hand, I can get it.
Previously, it was very rigid. In
Yes,
you learned text, learned and learned off by heart. Whereas now education has changed to more approachable and open discussion, sharing of opinions and thoughts. Uh, whereas before it was literal, just learning certain subjects.
children in the past had to sing the anthem and pray every day before the class, like the militaries and on the lines and something like that. Today is not like this.
Even in school, I did that. Pray, pray every morning as a child. Yeah,
Yes, they change
yeah,
in my time.
yes, of course. So, how well do you think schools should prepare young people for working life?
Well, I think schools could teach more something practical related to the workplaces. Of course, it's a difficult thing because every person wants to do one thing, so it's very difficult to adapt it. But you can teach some common rules. I don't know, like to do a CV or something like that. Put some workplaces simulations on the school, like simulate an interview with students or something like that. And of course, teach well the English or the language because this help a lot.
And many things, many normal life practical things like banking, finance, how to budget a house, many things that
Yes,
we don't teach our children that we come out of school and many people still don't know how to do properly late on life. into their
Yeah,
adulthood. Okay, and mental health, well-being, many things, right?
lots of
It could be like,
yes.
mhm. um, especially in today's world, which is so fast-paced.
And
Okay,
people are
so,
stressed.
and people are so stressed. Okay, so your strength is now you have a huge amount of vocabulary and your fluency is very good. On occasion, you've a few little grammatical things, and um, one or two little pronunciation, but it's not your pronunciation. It's a grammatical context, but that's it. Okay, so you're doing very good in general, and you do great linking your reason and explaining it out is what they're looking for.
So
Okay,
I'm able to go abroad, right?
you're well able to go abroad. Yes, for sure. First class ticket. Okay, so is higher education expensive in your country? Okay, let's read this.
I think that is very costly to go into higher education in my country. On the one hand, spending thousands on education is worth every penny, but on the other hand, it can bring years of debt to a student and a family.
Very good.
So,
Should all students pay for their university education?
personally, students should be entitled to a free education. For example, many colleges in Europe offer free tuition for students who had good grades in high school. It's something like here. This will create a more educated workforce in the future.
Yes. Okay. Very good. And like if you look at the US, it is crazy how people have such massive loans and their families, parents
Yeah,
have to pay.
it's crazy in
Crazy.
the United States. Very crazy.
So, what role should the teacher have in the classroom?
Well, I think teachers have two main roles. They should educate the students, but also motivate and inspire students. Students should learn both academic and social skill in the classroom. Very good.
Okay, so academic and social skills are very important. Uh, so, do you think computers will one day replace teachers in the classroom?
That's an interesting question. Personally, I find teachers irre- irreplaceable,
Irreplaceable, the answer.
irreplaceable,
Mhm.
uh, while computers may be faster and more
Accurate,
accurate, accurate,
accurate,
accurate.
accurate.
Accurate. A teacher are more creative and bring a personal touch to the classroom.
Yes. Okay. Thank God.
Irreplaceable, accurate,
Yes. Irreplaceable, irreplaceable.
irreplaceable,
Hmm. And
irreplaceable,
accurate, accurate. It's
accurate,
precise. Hmm.
yeah.
Okay. Um, how are education priorities today different from those in the past?
Career education opens more opportunities for a wider skill set that were not offered in the past. For example, education has involved the use of the modern technology such as computers and other gadgets,
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 gad,
gad,
yep, jets, jits,
jets, gadgets,
gadgets. Hmm.
gadgets that were not present before.
You
God,
love that word. Oi. Gadgets like phones and something that
yeah,
helps you in the house. Gadgets. Okay.
gadgets.
Gadgets.
No, gadgets,
Yes.
gadgets.
Oh no, 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 we're out of time. Okay. I will see you before Christmas, I'm sure, and your birthday.
Yes. Thank
Yes.
you.
Okay,
See you next
darling. Have a
week.
good one. See you next week. Bye bye.